Hello, everyone, and welcome again. So happy to have you joining me today. I have an amazing gentleman with us today. I have been counting the days for this interview. I have with us today Larry Castro. He has years of experience with technology and the growing demands of the industry. His expertise includes the multiple sectors of technology, cloud broadcasting, cybersecurity, and digital media. He is a leading expert on cybersecurity, protecting portable devices and PCs from hacks and data theft. He's going to share quite a bit of information with us today about EMF from cell phones and tell us about this phone that he himself is creating for us. First off, Larry, welcome. Thank you.
Well, I'm excited.
Oh,
I've been waiting for this too.
yay! I am just so happy to share you with everyone. Would you like to give us a brief bit of history and what brought you to the passion of what you're creating and the research that you've done?
Sure. I started a long time ago. I've been an entrepreneur a long time, but always been involved in technology. And what happened was I was working with a couple companies doing facial recognition, logo and object detection with Cisco and Samsung, placing cameras all over the world. And I said, wait a minute, they're monitoring us 24/7. They're watching us in real time. It's not that I have anything to hide. I just like my privacy. And I remember one book that impacted me in high school was George Orwell, 1984. And so fiction becomes reality a lot of times. If you look at a lot of these shows, I didn't like the fact that people were going to start intruding and taking away our privacy. So I developed a company called Stealth Grid 6 years ago. And the reason for the name of the company was I wanted everybody to enjoy the digital lifestyle and computers, but I wanted them to be stealth within the grid. So therefore I called it Stealth Grid. So protecting your privacy, determining when, where, and how somebody sees your information was extremely important to me. So I created some products and built them and just started to expand and got into unified communications, all based off of cybersecurity as being our core platform for everything we deliver.
Yes, I love it. And myself, I'm personally very concerned about the EMF radiation that we get from cell phones and such. Can you share some information about that with the listeners? Perhaps how it's been tested that these waves have adverse effects on us and our DNA?
What's really interesting is I've created this phone, and part of the phone, the essence of the phone, was essentially to create something that was very secure, private. Nobody could hack you. And all of a sudden, I started having conversations with a circle of friends, and some of them are physicists, and some of them are pretty smart guys, way smarter than myself. And one guy brought up EMF, and I went, yeah, I've heard of that. He started showing me all the reports and saying, look, this is something you need to be concerned with. And I says, it's funny because I noticed I always thought that I have this phone next to my ear all the time, and I'm wondering, am I being impacted by this? And so he started showing me all this information, and I started thinking about it. I says, I think I need to be the first phone out there that really focuses on protecting people's health. And so, as I was negotiating the deal to be able to use this guy's technology, I moved into new offices, and we've gotten bigger, and so I had to get insurance for the building. So I called my insurance agent. The insurance agent says, okay, fill this out. I filled it out. And they came back, and because we do mobile phones, they denied me. Oh, what? Why'd they deny me? Because of EMF. There are concerns of lawsuits that are coming down the pike based on EMF. There are certain lawsuits that are in place right now. There are Verizon and T-Mobile are watching it. There is a definite concern. So that was kind of the hammer that hit the nail in when I said, wait a minute, the insurance company's already concerned about it. They denied me because of it. I had to pay more money for my insurance. And I'm thinking, this is real, and nobody's being told the story, right? It's nobody's knows about this. I mean, there's a circle of people that are aware of it and health conscious, but really overall, the general public is not aware of it. And so I hooked up with a company that has done several tests. We are having our phone right now being tested with the EMF protection on it. So we'll be able to see what happens to the blood cells and everything. We'll be able to quantify it. He has over 25 patents, and it's just absolutely amazing what I've been able to see what he can do. And he told me of a story where a couple was not able to have children, and it was a younger couple, and they found out that the young man was using a computer on his lap all the time. So his sperm count was down. So what he did was he put the EMF protection on it. And this is a true story, and I've actually spoke to the guy, and after using it, several months later, he was able to have, they were able to conceive and have, they were expecting their first baby. So I'm just saying there's a lot of stories out there. There's people that are suing because of brain cancer. With 5G coming in, it's a serious issue that's minimized, that's not discussed. And so we are, you know, that's one of the things that we're doing with our phone. I think that's extremely exciting. So
Yes.
and we're putting it on our Wi-Fi units. We're putting it on our computers. We are paying attention to it.
I am so excited for this phone coming out and you sharing the information. I know myself in my research, I have seen pictures that are shocking of what the EMF does to our blood cells and such. And here's a big question for me, Larry. Why aren't the phone manufacturing companies addressing this?
Well, but then they'd have to admit that they're culpable and they knew about it.
Ah.
Number two, they don't have the technology. They'd have to develop something. That's why some of these companies are coming out with it. It has to be a way that it's cost effective because everything's the bottom line. But you know, at the end of the day, you can't look at what's cost effective. You got to look at how it impacts people. You know, if it's dollars and cents you're only concerned about, that's a shame. You have to be concerned about people, about their health, about the value and quality of their lives. And it's unfortunate. It's kind of like the cigarette manufacturers, right? For a long time, they denied it, right? And then eventually they got some big lawsuits against them, and they had to change their behavior. They had to change how they communicated the messaging of their products and services as far as the cigarettes goes. And I think they're in that stage right now. They're in that stage where they know it's there. They talk about it behind closed doors, but how do we deal with it without having a lot of liability and exposure on our company?
Yes, yes. Can something as simple as not putting the phone next to your ear and keeping it a few inches away, can that make a difference?
No.
No?
I hate to say that.
Oh my gosh.
What I'm saying is, you know, I know that you spoke about the necklace you wear. So that's obviously offsetting it, right?
Yes.
They're waves. They're RF waves, right? They're waves that go, you don't see it, you can't feel it, but they're being transmitted. For example, I'll give you a great example. In our Wi-Fi unit that we have, it's called the Cube 5, we have a chip in it that can transmit 100 miles. And you're asking me if I take it this far away from my ear, will it not impact me? So think about that.
Yes.
So you got to have some protection in place, and that's what we're providing.
Yes.
On the phone right here. I'm a busy man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So have you taken on any partners with creating this phone? How did that come about?
I've been pretty blessed to be able to do it. I've done a couple companies in the past. I helped a couple companies go public. I realized that I needed to get it to a reality before I looked at letting other people participate in it, because you lose a lot of the equity and a lot of even the direction. So right now we've actually, our products, we've been able to generate revenues because we're 6 years old, and through the revenues we continue to do our R&D, but we're now in the process of, and I don't know how much you know about it, but it's called a cryptocurrency. We have our own token, which with the token you can actually purchase our products and services. And if you use the token, it's 20% less than if you use regular fiat currency. So we're trying to build this ecosystem that's pretty exciting. And we do a lot of stuff in blockchain and all that kind of stuff. But it's an exciting time in this space. A very exciting time.
Yes, I love it. Well, this stealth phone, besides blocking harmful EMF waves, what other features is it going to have?
Well, one of the big things it has, I was going to show you, we have what we call split encryption and dynamic geodistribution. So what it takes is all your data, when it's stored, is split and sent to multiple locations. So the only person that can open it up is the person that has the phone. So, because it has a specific key. So it sends it off and sends it encryption. So if anybody ever captures one piece, they need to know where the other pieces are in order to put it back together. So that's one thing. So we call it cold storage with our cloud storage. We also have video conferencing that's encrypted peer-to-peer. We have instant messaging. We have email. We have also some other applications on it. The fact that you don't have to use a cell tower is very powerful. But it's probably what we're looking at is something that's very secure, that you can feel comfortable that you're sharing and discuss talking to somebody without having somebody actually listen to you or steal your information. Now, people always ask me the question, why is that important? I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not saying anybody is. This isn't for people that are doing anything illegal. What happens if somebody were to get your information? Say, for example, they get your social security number, they get your maybe your mother's maiden name, your address, all that kind of stuff. They're able to go online, sign up accounts, get credit cards because they've got all the information, use those credit cards till they can't spend any more on it, and then walk away, and all of a sudden you start getting things in the mail saying, you have bad credit now, you need to pay this. Well, this isn't mine. Okay, so you ain't got to work on fixing that. The next thing is, let's say you're a young adult trying to get a job. You go to get a really good job, you've been trying to get it forever, they run your credit report and realize you have terrible credit, you can't get the job because of that. Those are just small reasons why you should be concerned about protecting your information and your privacy. That's a big deal. I mean, it takes forever to get it cleared up. So what we want to do is, I always say, you don't want to build things on a house of sand, right? We want to build a strong infrastructure. So start with security, start with protecting your information, and then provide an experience that's friendly, easy, and you know that behind it, it's really secure and you don't have to worry about it. Because great cybersecurity companies is all about trust.
Yes, yes. So these phones will not only help us with the EMF radiation, they're going to help us with security.
Correct.
I love it. I love it. So share a bit more about the EMF field exposure. What would you want the viewers and the listeners today to take home with this information? I mean, what do you want them to really, really think about on this topic?
I think one of the things you have to take a look at, and what I want them to think about, it might not have been an issue 10, 15 years ago, right? Or even 20 years ago. And somebody's going to say, well, why is that? Because we didn't have as many phones as we have now. We did not have as many Wi-Fi units as we have now. We went from, the dial, remember they all turn it and it dials, and to all of a sudden everything is based off of the internet, RFI connections. It's so many more phones out there and just transmitting, right? So it becomes a problem that it's starting to get larger and larger and larger. You need to pay attention because it's important. As far as your kids, because your kids are on their phone all the time. There was one time when kids were never on phones. I remember when I was a kid, a long time ago, I was always outside riding a bike, climbing a tree, climbing a rope, whatever it might be. Now they're always in front of a computer, they're always in front of a TV, and they always have their phone connected to them.
Yes.
There is going to be issues for that. So I would say, not necessarily do they have to take a look at my company, take a look at what they can do, just like you did, to protect you. It's real. It's not a conspiracy. It's not one of these, alien theories. It is a real deal. They need to pay attention to, and I don't want to scare them, but they can start right now and prevent from having any of these issues down the line. And I think that's extremely important.
Yes, yes. Because there are things that we can do, such as my laptop that I'm recording on. I have a EMF protecting, it's like a sheet that I bought through someone I interviewed last year, told me about this company that helps with the EMF. We can get things for, our body. We can get something to put in our house. So really there are tools that we can find to help with that.
You can't see this, but it's a little round circle here, right?
Uh-huh.
This little round circle, and I'll tell you who I partnered with, this company called Altura. Altura is one of the companies that has done multiple testings. It's proven that it actually will protect you. And so this is what we're putting on all our phones. You can put this on your computer, you can put it on your phone, and it will protect you from the EMF. It is very, very strong. And normally I don't pitch other people's products, but because we are partners, I think it's important. Very simple, very easy. And I know you probably, if I took this off, might be able to see a little better. We're putting this inside the phone, but it's this little circle right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. You just stick it on your phone and you're protected. Now, again, we always think about, what do they call that? Oil, snake oil, right? You always think about those stories. Now, I took my time to make sure that what this gentleman was telling me was backed up, substantiated by testing and quantified results. And so it was really important to me. Because I get a lot of companies that come to me, and I'm not saying the products don't work, but they don't have the supporting documents to say, here, this is what without it, this is with it. You see the difference, you say, oh my gosh, I need to use it. But I think it's important for people to pay attention.
And
big deal. Go ahead.
What is the name of that company? Altura?
Altura.
A-L-T-O-R-A?
A-L-T-U-R-A.
U-R-A. Okay. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. And something like that, because so many children now are on the phones and on the iPads playing games.
Call it babysitters.
Yes, and they need that protection.
Yeah,
so
right. It's like, oh, my baby's crying. Give him the tablet.
Yes.
Right? Or the young child. But they're always holding it, and it's very important for them to protect them.
Yes. And so it really is something that's, we need to be aware of. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree. Well, with this fantastic phone that you're creating, when do you see that coming out and being available to the public, Larry?
We've actually got the phones, several phones have been delivered, packaged, and we're testing them right now. We're pretty excited about it. I was going to show you one of the photos, as you know, but my computer, I got a new computer on my monitor here, and it's just not working. It's one of those big, 90-inch screens, and you can touch it and all that kind of stuff. It's a toy, but I couldn't get it to work. I wanted to show you. I'll send you a photo of it. I think you'll really enjoy what it looks like, and we're pretty excited about getting it out into the space. We've already got in one place ordered 2 million phones.
Oh my gosh!
So
exciting. Share with everyone, if you would, a website or how they can contact you, or to, watch for when it comes out, how they will be able to.
Sure. Go to stealthgrid.com, or they can go to stealthcrypto.io, which is a division of StealthGrid, and they can take a look there. And they'll also, as I shared with you, be able to see about our upcoming announcement of launching our satellites, our constellations. So I think they'll be excited to hear about that as well too.
Yeah, this is all very exciting. Very exciting. And I bet you have so many people behind you just saying, get this done, get this done.
I have a lot of support, and I learned a long time ago that I can't do it by myself, nor would I want to, but I have a lot of great people around me, a lot of people that I need to help make this project work. And I teamed up and collaborated, and I don't think you can be in this space or technology space and think you can do it by yourself. I think you need a lot of good people doing a lot of different things, because it's just massive. And so we've teamed up with a lot of great people. We have For example, I have over 250 developers out of the Philippines that work for me. I have 50 in Bulgaria. I have my own data center in Panama. So we've got a team of people around the world really working on this project.
Yes. Oh, that is so excited. And I am so grateful, Larry. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Well, I love being on the show.
Oh my gosh. Well, what we have about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
What information do you want to share for everyone to really think about and maybe even make changes or just realize what's out there? What eye-opening information do you really want to share with
Well,
everyone?
I think one of the things that I notice is that most people become complacent. They become, they know that they just push a button and they read something, or it's just, they ignore what's going on around them, right? They stop paying attention. It's just, they go through the process. But I think that one of the things they have to realize, just like on computers, there are people out there that are working 24/7, every second, to try to get your information, to try to steal things from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's great business, because now a bank robber does not need a gun anymore. What he needs is a USB stick. What he needs is internet access. You don't have to see him. He's in a closed room. He's in a dark. There are serious, and you hear about it with the elections. You know that, and it's true. The Chinese are trying to hack in. The Russians are trying to hack in. And then what most people do is they say, well, those are the big guys. Well, think about this. Would I want to attack a big guy who has tons of money that can try to protect, put firewalls up? Or would I rather get a lot of little people that don't know what the heck they're going to do, and I steal just a little piece from them, and a little piece from them? And that's typically what happens. So you're probably the consumer has to realize that you're being attacked because it's easier for them to attack. And what we want to do is provide the ability at a price point that really costs nothing to be able to protect yourself, just like the big boys, because it's important. Because I don't care what anybody says. If somebody takes $100 from me, it means something. And you know, if they take $100 from a big corporation like an Apple, well, it doesn't really mean a lot, right? It means a lot to me. And because I got kids to take care of, and everybody else, $1,000, $5,000. Imagine if you're trying to pay your bills, and one day you go to your bank account and you realize somebody just stole $2,000 from you, and you can't pay your rent, electrical bill, and your car payment. What do you do?
Yeah.
Because you didn't take enough time to protect yourself, which is just like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's real simple, and we're trying to make it as easy as possible.
And I know that's happening out there. I know myself last year, I had to get a new card because a charge came through from, like, I don't know, Taiwan or somewhere.
Right.
But, you know, a fraudulent charge. So
Absolutely.
someone had hacked in and they were testing out my credit card.
I don't know, we didn't share, but I'm a golf professional, used to play on the Asian tour and did a bunch of stuff. And, so I was playing a celebrity tour out in the Virgin Islands, and I remember stopping in Miami, and I bought a cocktail. I bought a beer, and so when I get on the back of the plane, we land. I get to my hotel room because somebody was supposed to wire me some money. I look, and all of a sudden I saw these charges: $300, $500, all these charges out of Barstow, and they had literally showed that they walked into a Walmart and used my debit card, not a credit card. And I'm in the cybersecurity business. I'm just telling you, they are so clever, so smart, and you just need to make sure you're protecting yourself. Yeah. And unfortunately, the bank gave you the money back, but it was like, really? I mean, all these charges that I bought a TV supposedly, and I bought this. And first of all, I don't live in Barstow, right? And it was crazy. And I'm thinking, wow, this is wild. This is really wild. And there's groups out there. That's all they do. That's all they do all day long. Is try to figure out how they can steal money.
Yep, scanning and watching. You buy something and they're, you know, and it's really something that we have to be aware of in this this time.
And it's just little steps. You don't have to do a lot of steps, but identify it, recognize it, put some things in place to be able to protect you. That's it. It's really simple. Yeah.
And, you know, it really does make you feel better to know that we can do some things to protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
And this phone is going to be huge for so many. I'm really excited. I'm hoping, I really think once the phone is available to the public, we should do another show, Larry. And
Absolutely. And what we'll do is we'll have you talk to me on the phone.
oh my God, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. That's,
I think that would be a lot of fun, actually.
yes, it
And I'll
will.
get you a really nice color on the phone.
Oh, I am so excited. I can't wait. So everyone, you can, I will keep you posted when this is coming up, and you can look forward to this, because this is going to be huge. And this is, you know, it's going to give us a lot more peace, because I know myself, it's difficult for me to think about all that's going on with our phones, the EMF, and, you know, everything else. So this is very, very exciting, good news, Larry.
It's funny you say that, because that's what I live by, peace.
Ah,
I
yes.
teach all my kids, I coach to stay calm in chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos is what ruins you. So you learn, you need to have peace. You need to learn to have peace. It's
Oh, amen to that.
absolutely. So
Oh, I love it. Oh, this has just been so fantastic, Larry. I just can't thank you enough.
I appreciate it. Look forward to having you with the phone in your hand, and us having our next show.
We have it set. That's what we will be doing. I'm so excited.
Good.
Oh, and to everyone out there, love, hugs, and blessings. Thank you for joining us. Larry, love, hugs, and blessings. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.